Can a 400-watt plug-in solar panel charge your EV?
It can offset some of the electricity your EV needs. It cannot turn a single balcony panel into a level 2 charger, and it will not fully cover the driving of a typical American driver.
But the math is still meaningful. With a representative 4.5 peak sun-hours assumption and 85% system D-rate, a 400-watt system produces about 1.53 kilowatt-hours per day. At 30 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles, that is roughly 5 miles of EV driving energy per day.
Today, we will show how that math works, explain the timing mismatch between solar production and charging, and make clear what plug-in solar can and cannot do for an EV owner.
Welcome to Plug-in Solar Deep Dive. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Mike. The first rule is to separate energy from power. A solar panel's wattage tells you its rated power under standardized conditions. Your EV battery needs energy, measured in kilowatt-hours. The bridge between them is time and real-world production.
The article uses a simple estimate. Panel watts times peak sun hours times a system D-rate, divided by 1,000.
Using its 4.5 peak sun hours and 0.85 D-rate assumptions, a 400-watt system yields about 1.53 kilowatt-hours per day. Double the array to 800 watts, and the illustration becomes about 3.06 kilowatt-hours a day.
Those are planning estimates, not guarantees.
Exactly. Local solar resource, orientation, shade, season, weather, temperature, and equipment all change output. Use the PluginSolarUS Savings Calculator for a location-specific estimate, rather than treating a national average example as a promise.
How do we translate those kilowatt hours into miles?
You divide by the vehicle's energy use. The article uses 30 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles as a round average EV illustration. At that efficiency, 1.53 kilowatt-hours is about 5.1 miles. An 800-watt system's 3.06 kilowatt-hours is about 10.2 miles.
But EV efficiency varies a lot.
It does. The Department of Energy's Alternative Fuels Data Center notes that light-duty battery electric vehicles can use roughly 25 to 40 kilowatt-hours per 100 miles, depending on the vehicle and conditions. That means the same solar output produces more miles in an efficient sedan than in a large electric truck.
And typical driving is larger than those daily figures.
A frequently cited FWHA driving average is roughly 13,500 miles per driver per year, or about 37 miles a day. So a single 400-watt panel is a useful energy offset, especially for errands, a short commute, or a second vehicle. But it is not a complete charging solution for average daily driving.
Even if the panel makes 5 miles worth of energy, most people charge their car overnight. That is the core mismatch, right?
Right. Solar generation is strongest around midday, while many EVs are plugged in overnight. Daytime charging is the simplest match. If the car is home during the day, a level 1 charger can draw from the home while the solar system offsets part of that grid draw. It is a whole home offset, not a dedicated panel-to-car connection.
What about storage or export credits?
Do not assume a battery-equipped product is authorized or appropriate. Battery rules, product requirements, and installation requirements vary, and storage introduces additional safety and grid interaction considerations. Export credit arrangements can also vary by state and program, so they cannot be assumed.
So timing is not a reason to skip the math. It is a reason to apply it honestly. Let's be direct about the limits.
A plug-in solar system does not power level 2 charging by itself. Level 2 EV charging typically operates at 240 volts and much higher power than a small plug-in array produces. It also cannot provide road trip speed charging. DC fast charging and higher power home charging remain separate tools. Winter production can be substantially lower than summer production, particularly in northern locations. And a system should never be improvised as a direct DIY connection between panels and an EV. The solar device feeds the home electrical system according to its approved design. The EV charger is a separate load.
So the safe mental model is not my balcony panel charges my car directly.
Correct. It is my compliant solar system may offset some electricity my household, including EV charging, buys from the grid when the system produces energy.
Mike, give us the bottom line.
First, a 400-watt plug-in solar system can plausibly offset roughly 5 miles of EV energy per day, under the article's representative assumptions. Your location and vehicle determine the real number. Second, an 800-watt system can make a larger contribution, but neither should be presented as a replacement for level 2 charging or the grid for typical driving. Third, daytime charging is the simplest match for solar production. For any system, start with legal eligibility, a compliant product, safe installation, and a local savings estimate.
Plug-in solar is not an EV fast charger. It is a small, steady energy contribution that can add up over time.
When it matches your driving pattern and your site, those incremental kilowatt hours can offset real charging costs without making claims the system cannot deliver.
Read the full article, check your state, and run your location through the PluginSolarUS Savings Calculator. I'm Lisa.
And I'm Mike. Thanks for listening.